Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Could you please stand for the playing of the national anthem? Thank you. You may be seated. Good evening once again. I'm Dr. Colette Cunningham-Myrie. I'm a member of the Faculty of Medical Sciences out of the Department of Community Health. And I want to welcome you. I believe this is the 10th anniversary of our awards program, the Students Awards program for the Faculty of Medical Sciences. These awards are given to undergraduate students. And, you know, it is said in Jamaica that Jamaica has really the most churches per square mile. I don't know if any of you ever heard that. Usually when you go to a church in Jamaica, they ask you, are you a first-time visitor? Well, the question I'm going to ask, who here is coming to this for the first time? Raise your hand. You notice whose hand is raised as well? Mine. So this is my first foray, but I'm going to try and make it not my last, okay? So I want you all to just get warm here. It's a rainy day and so on, but are there awardees here? Can I see your hands? So ladies and gentlemen, let's just give them an applause. We're going to meet them individually later, but we want to tell you that we really are proud of you, okay? Now, I want to just move through the program quickly, so I want to ask Miss Dion Henry, she's a BSc nursing student, to come up and give us the invocation. Miss Henry?
Let us all stand for prayer. Let us pray. Almighty Father, we come to you this evening, thanking you for all your many blessings that you have bestowed upon us, your people. We are indeed unworthy and undeserving of these blessings, but you have seen it fit to grant it unto us, your children. I commit this evening's proceedings into your hands. I pray that all will go well, and at the end of this ceremony, your name and your name alone will be glorified, because you are indeed worthy of every praise. In a special way, I lift up this great university that provides an opportunity for young men and women to break the cycle of illiteracy in our respective countries. Remember the Faculty of Medical Sciences that seeks to produce healthcare professionals who one day will aid in the restoration of the health and well-being of the sick amongst us. We pray for our lecturers that work assiduously to prepare and mold our minds. We pray for wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, which comes only from you, Lord. Lord, you see the challenges we face daily as students, and we pray for your divine intervention in these matters. The challenges are great, but we know we are praying to a God who is greater and limitless in his power. So we leave it all in your hands, and we are confident that change will come. In your name I pray, amen.
Thank you very much, Ms. Henry. I'm going to ask Dr. Helen Trotman-Edwards, our newly minted Deputy Dean for Teaching and Learning, to come up and bring greetings, and to be followed unannounced thereafter by Professor Archibald MacDonald, or the Pro Vice Chancellor and Principal of the UWI Mona campus. Dr. Trotman-Edwards, please come.
Good afternoon, Master of Ceremony, Professor Archibald MacDonald, Pro Vice Chancellor and Principal of the UWI Mona campus, Dr. Tomlin Paul, Dean, Faculty of the Medical Sciences, Deputy Deans of the Faculty of Medical Sciences, Heads of the Departments, Program Directors, Professors, Lecturers of the Faculty of Medical Science, parents, family members, well-wishers, and I know you have come from the length and breadth of Jamaica, because that's the only logical explanation of the traffic jam I faced trying to come to the university at this hour. And last but not least, awardees. It is indeed my pleasure and privilege to bring greetings this afternoon as the Deputy Dean for Teaching and Learning, but also on behalf of Dr. Crawford Sides, Annette Crawford Sides, the Deputy Dean for Student Success. She is currently away at a conference on medical education and fostering success, so that's why she isn't here today. This afternoon is a testimony to your hard work, sacrifice, planning, and the pursuit of your dreams. Pursuing a degree in the Faculty of Medical Science can be challenging. It requires planning, organization, consistency, and diligence to succeed. In the words of the poet Longfellow, the heights my great men reached and kept were not attained by sudden flight, but they, while their companions slept, were toiling upward in the night. A familiar story, you know, for students in the Faculty of Medical Sciences, and dare I add, also for lecturers. While tonight is about you, the students, you will agree that there are many persons who facilitated your success. And so, on your behalf, I would like to express gratitude to all the persons who enabled your teaching, your learning, and your success. Not to steal his thunder, but I would like to let you know that Dr. Tomlin Paul, the Dean, is so passionate about student success, he has appointed a Deputy Dean to ensure that student success becomes second nature in the Faculty of Medical Sciences. So let me heartily congratulate you on a job well done and urge you to keep up the good work. Use your knowledge wisely. Knowledge hoarded is knowledge wasted. Be compassionate. Remember, you only truly understand a concept when you can teach it. Teaching a concept to your fellow classmate fosters learning, not just for your classmate, but also for you. Awardees, we salute you.
Master of Ceremonies, Dean, I'm Dr. Tomlin Paul, my Deputy Principal, Professor Ishenkumba Kawa, professors, members of the Faculty of Medical Sciences, awardees, and their friends and families, other distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I would like to thank the Faculty of Medical Sciences for inviting me to today's ceremony, celebrating the achievements of some of the University of the West Indies exceptional undergraduate students. As a former student myself and a former dean of the Faculty of Medical Sciences, it is certainly a pleasure to be able to return once again to celebrate the academic achievements of our most promising students. I understand that at this evening's ceremony, we will formally recognize the academic accomplishments of about 100 students who have been able to produce exemplary work over the past year. I get invited to speak at many of these events, which now I think takes place in all faculties. But whenever I'm invited to speak in the Faculty of Medical Sciences, it's always very special to me because I still regard this as my faculty. Dr. Paul, I especially am happy to speak at this award ceremony, as I think that it was during my tenure that we started to recognize outstanding students and we introduced the Dean's List. So let me congratulate the leadership of the Faculty of Medical Sciences for continuing this. Tonight, I think that promising students from the BSc in nursing, the BSc in diagnostic imaging or radiology, the BSc in physical therapy, Bachelor of Basic Medical Sciences, the undergraduate DDS program, and the MBBS program are all gathered here tonight to celebrate a year of exceptional accomplishment. As your principal and as a student of medicine, it is indeed my pleasure to welcome you to tonight's ceremony and to officially say to you, well done. Applaud yourselves. As a student of medicine, regardless of the route you choose to take, you have a responsibility to be your best and to invest heavily in learning. Your future career in medicine is one which places the lives and well-beings of many in your hands. And let me explain that when I say in medicine, I am not just referring to students in the MBBS program, but in the field of medicine, which includes all the professions allied to medicine, including nursing. And therefore, you have the responsibility to take your learning and practice seriously. This is indeed a heavy burden, especially for you as young students. However, this is one that I believe you are capable of carrying, as those who went before you have shown. Your presence here tonight as a member of an elite group of students who have shown academic excellence, and you did this before you joined the Faculty of Medical Sciences, because without demonstrating academic excellence, you would not have been accepted into the Faculty of Medical Sciences. And this proves that you have completed a significant stage in this extraordinary journey. It proves that you do possess the academic abilities to possibly become a great doctor, a great professional in the fields allied to medicine, or a great medical research scientist. And I'm indeed pleased to be witnessing the first stages of your growth and development. You represent the future of medicine for our country and indeed for the entire Caribbean. Though this award may indicate that you possess the inherent skill set to achieve this field, it should also serve as a motivation to continue on your path to success. I encourage you to use your accomplishment here tonight as an incentive for further growth in this field. This is only just a step in your journey towards excellence. Try to resist the charm to slack off in your studies, because you have proven at this stage in your education that you are able to lead your class. Tonight's celebration of your work should be internalized by you as a motivational force to prove to us, your lecturers, family, and friends, that you are indeed capable of even further greatness. There will only be one other day, which is throughout your academic career, that will surpass your feeling here tonight. And that is your graduation day. A day that will mark a culmination of all your struggles, failures, moments of doubt, and successes here at the Mona campus. One which is inspired by all, but achieved by a select few. Until then, I implore you to continue on this outstanding journey of excellence. I urge you to continue to work hard and do your best, because the rewards are far greater than you at this stage in your development can even imagine. It would be remiss of me, however, not to urge all of you that even as you excel, and I would ask you to listen very carefully, because even as you excel, please ensure that you display the level of professionalism required of our noble profession. This is still a noble profession. And I'm not, let me repeat, speaking about medicine. I'm speaking about the all the other professions, nurses, radiographers, physiotherapists, etc. All who are involved in the practice of medicine. Professionalism is very important. You need to treat each other with respect, because that is where it starts. You need to treat each other with respect. But most of all, remember that your patients deserve the highest level of professionalism by providing you with the privilege of being their healthcare provider. And I'm speaking slowly, deliberately, because when you examine a patient, if you're a radiographer, when you say to a patient, go behind the screen and undress, when you're a nurse, whatever you are, and I would urge you to take this very, very seriously. It is a privilege when you're a healthcare provider. And this privilege should never, ever be abused. Whenever it is abused by members of our profession, and you are now members of our profession, you are really threatening to destroy what is still probably the most noble profession in the world. It's a huge responsibility and should never be abused. So I pause so that it sinks in, that you understand that you have a responsibility to ensure that professionalism is paramount in your field, and especially as it relates to the relationship with your patients. This, let me repeat, must never be abused. So on behalf of the university community, I congratulate you on your academic achievements thus far. The university is indeed very proud and encouraged by your outstanding success, but we expect no less of the brightest of the bright, because the Faculty of Medical Sciences admits the brightest of the bright. I also wish to thank your family and friends for the support they have given you during your studies. Their support surely makes a difference between your success and shortcomings in these programs. So I encourage them to continue. I believe that the programs in medicine, and pardon me for being so specific, but I believe that the first 2.5 years of the MBBF program is the most difficult in the University of the West Indies, not just the Mona campus. And I say this as a member of the Faculty of Medical Sciences. I say this as a member of the medical profession and as a former dean of the Faculty of Medical Sciences. Welcome once again to our awardees, and congratulations once more, not just to you, but to your friends and families, and also to the academic and administrative staff, because without the staff of the Faculty of Medical Sciences, you would not have been able to achieve this excellence. The staff of the medical faculty, the Faculty of Medical Sciences have consistently over the years provided excellent guidance for all the students of the Faculty of Medical Sciences. And let me say to the students and your families and friends, I wish to repeat this, I wish to say this, I'm repeating it because I want you to hear that the Faculty of Medical Sciences, the staff of the Faculty of Medical Sciences have given tremendous sacrifices to ensure that we continue to provide a world-class medical education to our students. They have done this at tremendous sacrifice, and there's nobody better able to speak to that than me. They have done this as tremendous sacrifice. So I wish to applaud them, and I say to you all, do enjoy the rest of the evening, and thank you.
Thank you, Professor MacDonald, and before that, Dr. Trapman Edwards. We're going to have our dean address you, and before he comes, he will be introduced by Miss Marlene Innes, who is one of our awardees. I won't say which award she has gotten. She is a student in the dental program. I have to tell you that both Professor MacDonald and our new dean actually taught me. And I have graduated 26 years now. So although especially Dr. Tomlin Paul still looks like a teenager, he was just a little older than me. So when I entered medical school, I remember him teaching me, and he was in the Department of Community Health at that time. So the years have passed, you know. And so I'm going to ask Miss Marlene Innes to come and introduce the dean, and then the dean will address us thereafter.
Pro Vice Chancellor and Principal, Professor Archibald MacDonald, Faculty Dean, Dr. Tomlin Paul, members of the Medical Sciences Faculty, fellow awardees, their parents, guardians, and friends, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I take great pleasure in introducing our Faculty Dean, Dr. Tomlin Paul. Dr. Paul is a family physician, a graduate of the UWI Mona, where he obtained both his basic medical degree and later a Master's of Public Health. He completed training with the Faculty of Public Health Medicine in the UK and a fellowship in chronic disease epidemiology at the Johns Hopkins Bloomberg School of Public Health in the USA. He also has training in health economics from the University of York, UK. He has conducted consultancy work in the medical education for governments and medical schools in the region, and also for the Pan American Health Organization. He has distinguished himself as a teacher of community health and family medicine at the UWI Mona, having received both the UWI and Guardian Life Premium Award for Teaching Excellence and the UWI's Vice Chancellor's Award for Excellence in Teaching in 2007. He's a past director of Health Plus Associates, a multidisciplinary medical center based in Kingston, which was co-founded in 1993. In 2006, he received the Global Family Doctor Award from the World Organization of Family Doctors, WONCA, and in 2013 was presented with the 5-Star Doctor Award for the North American region from that organization. For his work as a medical educator, he was recently awarded the Fellowship of the Academy of Medical Educators of the UK. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you Dr. Tomlin Paul.
Thank you very much for that introduction. Madam Chairperson, Principal of the campus, Professor Archibald MacDonald, our Deputy Principal, Professor Ishin Kumbakawa, members of the University Administration, members of the Faculty of Medical Sciences, Program Directors, Deputy Deans, Professors, colleagues, parents, friends, well-wishers, and most of all, honorees, students of the faculty. This evening I feel very privileged to be here standing in front of you to bring this address. It's a special occasion for me as it's my first award ceremony as Dean. And it gives me a chance to share with you my vision for student success and to look back at our faculty over the last years and to share with you a little bit of my plans for the faculty moving forward. It's a time of celebration, a time of joy. We should be happy this evening as we celebrate with our students. You know, they say that success is relative. The more success, the more relatives. And it might explain why there are so many people here this evening accompanying our students. So you know, I'm talking about promoting success, promoting student success this evening. And the search is on for the most successful person in the world. And even as you think about that and wonder who that person is, you know, I did a Google search. And Google returned to me not one person, but a list. And top of that list were persons like, you probably guess, Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, Nelson Mandela, the late Nelson Mandela, Serena Williams, Barack Obama, Usain Bolt, and the late Michael Jackson. Now, I'm sure all of those persons you will say are or were successful during their time. Yeah? But what did they have in common? Wealth? Yeah. Perhaps Nelson Mandela was the outlier. When he died, his net worth was a measly 10 million US. Barack Obama's net worth is 40 million. Usain Bolt, 60 million US. And when Michael Jackson passed away, his net worth was 600 million US. But if we ignore the money as a marker of success for a bit, forget about the money, and look again, what do you see? They all had special traits, special talents, special skills that they put to use on the world stage of achievement. Michael Jackson was a gifted performer. Usain Bolt is a genius of an athlete. Serena Williams, a flawless tennis player. They all had these talents and skills. And ladies and gentlemen, today on this stage, we are celebrating success within our faculty. Indeed, and inarguably, the Faculty of Medical Sciences has a track record of success. We are celebrating 70 years next year. We're just about priming up our celebrations. And in fact, 1 week from today, 4 members of our faculty will be honored at the national level. Professor Archibald MacDonald, former Dean of the faculty, as you heard, will be given the National Award of the Order of Jamaica for excellence in academia and public service. We're very proud of you, sir. Very proud of you. This is your 10th anniversary of the Dean's Award that you started 10 years ago, so we're very proud of that. Professor Horace Fletcher, a distinguished researcher and former dean, will receive the Commander of the Order of Distinction. And he's not here, he's not able to join us this evening, but we're very proud of Prof. Fletcher. Dr. Kenneth Vaughan, Senior Lecturer in Orthopedics, will receive the Order of Distinction for Excellence in Orthopedic Surgery and Voluntary Community Service. And it doesn't stop there. Dr. Ian Titus, one of our associate lecturers who works very hard out in St. Anne's Bay. Some of you might have met Dr. Titus on your clerkships, your rotations. Dr. Titus will receive the Order of Distinction also for outstanding contribution to medicine. We are a successful bunch of people. It doesn't stop there, colleagues. We have, this year, not too long ago, in July, our Western Campus arm of the School of Nursing, UWISUN, received the LASCO Award for the best nursing campus in all of Jamaica. But guess what? On that campus, we had the honor of receiving the award for the best nursing student in all of Jamaica, Miss Joy Odunsanya. She's not here this evening, but we are very proud of that achievement. We have good things going on in the faculty. Mrs. Trisha Gay Kennedy Dixon. Is Trisha Gay here? Trisha, are you here? No, not seeing her, but Assistant Lecturer in Pharmacology Pharmacy was recently awarded the Caribbean Distinguished Pharmacy Researcher Award. She has just published in one of the top nuclear medicine journal in the world. In fact, the top nuclear medicine journal in the world. And she holds the distinction of being the only authorized nuclear pharmacist in the English-speaking Caribbean. That's our faculty. That's our Faculty of Medical Sciences. But I want you to look at all these markers of success in the faculty in the same way as those world leaders that we mentioned. These are faculty and student members who have special skills, special traits, special talents, and are putting it to good use on the world stage of achievement within our faculty. To qualify for the Dean's List today and for the Honor Society, you would have had a GPA, attained a GPA for the academic year 2016-2017 at the distinction and first class honor level. Our faculty has a range of students engaged in professional training, and as you heard, Principal spoke of our nursing program. We have nurses, physical therapists, dentists, dental students, diagnostic imaging students, medical students, basic medical sciences, and clinical pharmacy. And of the 2,850 students who were eligible, we have roughly 3% of that cohort making the Dean's List. So you're really a select group of individuals, really a select group. All of our students who are here today, you have distinguished yourselves academically, and we have a co-curricular award, we have outstanding graduates, and we are very proud of you. Let's stand and give them a round of applause. Congrats, congratulations. So, is there a secret to success? Is there a secret to success? You know, this reporter was asking one of our outstanding bank managers, a top bank manager in the country, so what is the secret of your success? And he says, 2 words: She says, so what are they? Right decisions. Yeah? And so, how do you make right decisions? One word. And so what is that? Experience. And how do you get experience, sir? 2 words. And so what are they? Wrong decisions. So that path to success has a learning curve. Thomas Edison will tell you that. It took him a whole lot of trials to get that light bulb to light up. I had a chat with Miss Joy Odunsanya, our Lasco nursing student, and she said to me that her success was grounded in a holistic approach to her development. She said that she had one of her secrets for success was determination and what she calls, she said to me, intrinsic motivation, the drive to keep going. Huh? That's what Joy had. I recall a few years ago, I was called by a relative to see a patient. So a family doctor, I do house calls. And they said, Doc, can you come and see this patient? Patient with dementia, can't come out of bed, can't come to my office. So I went, visited. And at the end of looking after the patient, write up my prescription, the son said, Doc, let me walk you outside. I'll walk you to the gate. Fine, thank you. So he followed me. We walked to the gate. As we got to the gate, he said, looked up and down. He said, Doc, where you parked? And a little surprised he asked me that because I was parked just a few inches from the gate. And I showed him the car. He said, Doc, a successful doctor like you, that's what you're driving? I was driving a Nissan Sunny, a Deporti. So what does success look like? It makes you think, hey, people look at you and look for things, look for characteristics, trying to define success. What is this success? What is this thing we're calling success? A recent report from College Learning for the New Global Century says that the ultimate measure of student success, listen to this, students, the ultimate measure of student success is the ability of students to thrive in professional, personal, and civic arenas. This implies that success is not just about that GPA, not taken away from your wonderful achievement, but it's not just about that good GPA. But it is also about your ability to represent your profession, to be a good professional. Principal McDonald spent a lot of time talking about that a while ago. The ethics, the conduct of professionalism. It is also about your ability to handle your personal life with distinction, the personal arena. How do you carry yourself? And to be a good citizen in the civic arena. So this professional success thing we're talking about goes beyond the grades, beyond the GPA. I'm very happy to see all of you here from all disciplines, and I'm sure you have all of these characteristics under your belt. Like Ms. Odusanya, I'm sure all of you have a personal story to tell this evening. In that story of converting raw talent to achievement, no doubt we find a host of different characters. Standing tall with you will be sacrifice and commitment. Strutting along will be support and gratitude. And waving incessantly will be the characters of spirit and resilience. It is your personal story with a biography surrounded by family, some of whom are here today, surrounded by community, friends, church, and some who might well be called little angels in your life. I'm sure some of you have somebody who helped you at some point. Not family, not relative, but you say that person was like an angel in my life. If we are serious about student success in the faculty, in this faculty, then the story of the Dean's List honorees cannot be told without considering the stories of those who are not here this evening. In the same way that my Google search brought up the outstanding world achievers, Usain Bolt and others, we must search deeper within our faculty for success among our student body, throughout our student body. Indeed, we have students who have done well all over the year, and they're not here, but did not make the Dean's List. We also commend them for their dedication and commitment. You know, in my first 3 months as Dean, still early days, my good friend Colette, Dr. Colette Myrie Cunningham, says I look young, but I think I get a new gray hair every day since taking on the job. But in my first 3 months, I've received several letters from students who are not doing so well. telling me their personal story and the challenges that they've gotten in, that the challenges that they face in the way of success. Some feel that the hurdles that they face are insurmountable, just too much to carry. Some are working hard to change their circumstance, whether financial or family, and some are begging for a second chance. So how do we proceed to improve student outcomes and to promote success in the Faculty of Medical Sciences? The studies on student success tells us a few things. I just want to share a few things with you from these studies. First, it is not about the student per se only. It's not about your CAPE grades that you came in with. It's not about whether you come from a rich family, a poor family. It's not about whether you play sports or not. Those things are important. Yes, you come in with that. But I can't do much about that after you come into the faculty. What has been shown to be of importance in promoting student success is the relationship between university and student. Vincent Tinto, an award-winning distinguished university professor from Syracuse, specialized in the field of higher education, he tells us that there are 5 conditions that are needed to establish that supportive university environment. Tinto speaks about the role of advice and support. We must have strong, robust academic advising and student support. It means better tracking, early intervention for students who may not be doing that well. He also highlights the learning environment. And we must stop confining learning to teaching in a classroom. There's something different about teaching in a classroom and the learning environment. This is a bigger concept that we need to look at and we need to engage in. How do our students learn? Where do they learn? Where can they learn? As opposed to where we teach. Tinto speaks of student involvement, at the heart of which is faculty-student engagement. What's your relationship with the faculty? What's the kind of engagement do we have occurring in our faculty? A few months ago, I had the pleasure of traveling to Petersfield, Westmoreland. Went to the Anglican Church in Petersfield with a group of students from the clinical pharmacy program, Dr. Camille students, and a group of students from the DDS program, Dr. Theon Jones students. And we worked hard that day. It was a Saturday. We left early in the morning, and we worked. Some of you might be here who went on that trip. We saw over 150 patients in that church. Did dental cleaning, checkups, prescriptions for patients, and so on. And we had a great time, and I really found it really, really exciting because I got to know some of my students really well. And some of the challenges they were facing as they talked, as we worked together, as we talked together. And that was facilitating a kind of engagement that I think we need to continue to promote in our faculty. I strongly believe that going for deeper student engagement is one of the foundations of promoting student success. I know that our current student leadership in our faculty, led by Jeremy Smith. Is Jeremy here? Where's Jeremy? Jeremy, let's give Jeremy a round of applause. Jeremy, just wave. Excellent student leader. Excellent student leader. Has a team from all of the disciplines, student leaders across the disciplines. And we have our JAMSA team also promoting and facilitating that kind of engagement that we'd like to see. Last but not least, Professor Tinto talks about expectation. That's the 5th factor. Your expectation is a factor in your success. What is your expectation? My expectation is straightforward. I have high expectations of all of my students. And you must have high expectations of yourself. Together there's a kind of synergy when we expect that in that manner of each other, when we have that high expectation of each other. I think it feeds on itself, there's a synergism, and we get moving. Let me say, for instance, I do not expect to have courses in my faculty where the failure rate is 30%, or 20%, or 10%. Together as student and faculty, we must drive down failure rates. We got to work together on all of this. We got to promote success. We got to find those barriers that exist. So your expectation is very important as a student. When I read a letter from a student who says that he's from deep rural setting, deep country, his father is a subsistence farmer, His mother, a housewife. He's one of 9 children. And after getting a small student loan, grateful for that, he had to depend on his brother to pay his boarding, some of his boarding fees and his meals. When I hear that story, I'm not daunted. I'm not distressed. Because what I'm looking for is the expectation of the student within that story, the mindset. The studies tell us that 50% of the likelihood of you succeeding as a student is about mindset. Your vision, your mindset. That letter was a summary of my entry to medical school. In 1979, I came to Mona from a high school in Trinidad with a bank draft for 1,500 TT dollars. A lot of money in those days. A lot of money. On Irving Hall, which I live, the best hall on campus still. Thank you. Thank you. Good. I lived on Irving Hall, and it cost, I remember we had these little green book chits. We called them chits to pay for food in the canteen. And on Irving Hall, I could buy lunch for $1.20. If I was really mean, I could get it for $1 in those days. When I left high school, I had one pair of pants, which I wore for most of my school life. It was made from gabardine material. You know gabardine? And it was washed and ironed so many times that by the time I got to sixth form, it was shiny and shrunken. Shiny. But I wore it on my graduation day proudly at the end of my sixth form life. So from a poor background, I came to UWI Mona with a mindset for growth and success. A mindset. Within that whole story that sound kind of like, wow. I had a mindset. And when I took second MB exams, in those days we had an exam called second MB, just about 2 years, within about 2 years later. After working with lecturers like Cyril Fletcher, Dr. Potter, Dr. Mutebe, Dr. Bourne in pharmacology, the late E.V. Ellington, I was able to achieve honors in anatomy, biochemistry, community health, and pharmacology. My growth mindset and a supportive university environment had produced good results. And that's what you need. You need a growth mindset and that university environment to work together as we promote success. As your dean, I have a growth mindset for our faculty. I have a growth mindset for the Faculty of Medical Sciences, and I'm committed to the success of all our students across all our disciplines. I've already put a few things in place to support the further transformation of these special traits that you have, and even those who are not here, your special talents, your skills. We have embarked on the expansion of the medical education unit, which is actually an initiative supported with the universities, within the university's strategic plan. We'll be moving from an operation which is largely run by one person right now, Professor Brandy, long-standing, hard-working director, to a facility with 6 offices to support teaching and learning, that learning environment that we spoke about. I'm very thankful to Principal McDonald for his support in this initiative. Thank you very much, sir, for supporting the faculty in getting this project started and moving with full speed ahead to get this to get the achievement. The unit will be renamed the Health Professions Education Unit, in keeping with the true mandate to be inclusive in support of all disciplines across our faculty. In so doing, we'll be looking at how we can promote interprofessionalism and teamwork as goals within our learning environment. We have also started on developing a skills lab, and very quickly that lab has grown, has developed. Within 2-3 months, we have put things together, and we're already using the skills lab to do some preliminary training. But we're going for growth. We're going for a real modern skills lab with all of the attributes that students can experience, build on their skills before going to the hospital, before going to their clinical setting. Lastly, one of the appointments that I'm really excited about is that of our Deputy Dean for Student Success. Dr. Annette Crawford-Sykes, as you heard from colleague Dr. Trotman Edwards, couldn't be here this evening. She's abroad at a training on student affairs. But I'm happy about that because, you know, and I challenge you, this is the first such appointment of a Deputy Dean in this university, a Deputy Dean for Student Success. It's the first such appointment of a Deputy Dean across any of our campuses in the Caribbean. And I deliberately want us to have that vision in our minds, continuously looking at our students as individuals who can go to the highest level across all the domains of success and growth. We had our first colloquium on student success 2 weeks ago. We got great insights from our colleagues in recruitment, Mrs. Bolero Horton. Is she here? I saw Mrs. Yes, there she is, Mrs. Bolero Horton from recruitment. We had our counselor, is Dr. Gordon here, our university counselor. We had our student body, and we had a good chat about what it takes to promote success. With this appointment, we recognize that the future of managing students in the faculty will require cross-functional collaboration between student affairs and academic affairs. We can't separate those things. Academic affairs and student affairs have to come together, and we have to have a champion for it. In this faculty, we have a champion for student success in that deputy dean who is working across all of the domains. We are going after a deeper understanding of the data and the analytics that surround the student's experience. So we're not doing it by, just we'll have a conversation with you and leave it like that. We're going to look at your data. We're going to look at the metrics. We're going to go on banner. We're going to get involvement in your experience to get that quality feedback so we can make interventions. Ladies and gentlemen, our faculty is committed to aggressively addressing the barriers that stand in the way of student success. As I close, I wish to thank you. Thank you all who have come to celebrate with our students, the campus administration, principal, deputy principal, other members of the registry who are here, members of administration, members in our own faculty, my own staff in the dean's office, well-wishers, benefactors, and family. We are indeed grateful for your support. I want to thank especially Mrs. Donna Beeman, the team that worked on this, putting this event together, Ms. Boland, Dr. Trotman Edwards, Ms. Charlotte Brown, Ms. Janet Russell, and many others whose we have, many other hands were involved, the full team for organizing. It was Jonas Salk, the scientist who invented the first vaccine for polio, against polio. Remember poliomyelitis? Many of you don't know it because you were immunized, and we thank God we don't see it again. But Dr. Salk, it was he who said that the reward for doing good, right? The reward for doing good is the opportunity to do more. Huh? The reward for doing good is the opportunity to do more. So I wish to charge those of you who are listed on the back of this program, the Dean's List, the Honor Society, the Co-curricular Award, the outstanding graduates. You made it. And now that you have made my list, I invite you to be members of my dream team. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I invite you to be members of my dream team. And I ask that you don't just go home tonight and hang up your wonderful award and feel proud. Do that. Don't only do that, but that you join me in my vision for promoting student success. I want you to use your talents, your skills, your special traits, just like Usain Bolt, just like Obama, and all those other great persons that we discovered on Google. I want you to use those special things that you have and strategy to nurture and mentor other students in the Faculty of Medical Sciences. I will open up that opportunity for you, I promise. If you're committed, we'll open doors for you to mentor others. There is no shortage of space on my list to add other students. Congratulations, and I wish you all continued success in the years to come.
What a motivational speech. Can we give our dean an applaud again? Thank you so much. We're going to break the speeches and we're going to have a musical item. Is the pre-clin chorale here? Can you come down for me, please? Let's give them an applause, folks. These are you MBBS students? Any dental students? No? You're not sure? All right. Okay, we look forward to your rendition.
Reaching for daylight, nothing wrong with alright, but that ain't me. I make suggestions, answers to questions, but all I was told was to let it be.
In my life, I just can't seem to do right, but I keep trying. It seems they wanna knock me down, but still I rise. It won't happen this time, oh no, I've made up my mind. You know I was dreaming about a way to find a way out. You know, they can't hold me down. Said a man ain't meant to fly, but I'm reaching up for the sky. You know, they can't hold me down. La da 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 da, la da 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 da, la da 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 da, yeah. No way I can lie. At times they seem too high, but I just climb. I told them that I won't stop till I reach the other side. They don't get to decide. Whoa, whoa, I made up my mind. You know I was dreaming about a way to find a way out. You know they can't hold me down. Said a man ain't meant to fly, but I'm reaching up for the sky. You know they can't hold me down. Everything's meant to change. See, I'm meant to be free. So take these chains off me. I'm gonna turn it around. Nothing can stop me now. Some things are meant to be. This time it's about me. So all my life, you know I was dreaming about a way to find a way out. You know they can't hold me down. Said a man ain't meant to fly, but I'm reaching up for the sky. You know they can't hold me down. La da 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 da, la da 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 da, la da 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 da, yeah.
Stuck on the dark side, reaching for daylight. Nothing wrong with alright, but that ain't me.
What year groups are you? Second, third year. Let's give it up for them. Great. We're going to be, you notice that we're having a mini exodus. Not leaving the room, but getting themselves ready for their awards. So we're coming up to that time where you have to get your hands warm because we're going to applaud everyone. And we're going into the first award, which is the Co-curricular Award. Now, The Co-curricular award is one given for outstanding and obvious performance or service in sports, culture, or service to the university or wider community. And there are a maximum of 3 co-curricular awards that may be given in each year. The particular individuals must be nominated by a member of the faculty or peers with documentation of evidence of achievement and contribution. I'm going to ask the BB MedSci program coordinator, Dr. Paul Singh, to come up and say something about the awardee. We only have one awardee this year. And thereafter, the award will be presented by Professor Wayne McLaughlin, Deputy Dean for Entrepreneurship and Innovation. So please help me welcome Dr. Paul Singh.
Dr. Colette Cunningham-Myrie, Master of Ceremonies, Professor Archibald MacDonald, PVC and Principal, UWI Mona, Professor Aishan Kumba Kawa, Vice Principal, UWI, Dr. Tomlin Paul, Dean, Faculty of Medical Sciences, Deputy Deans, Program Directors and Coordinators, FMS, other distinguished faculty at UWI, awardees, family members, supporters and well-wishers. Kevin Campbell has managed throughout his years at Wolmer's Prep and the Wolmer's Trust High School for Boys to exemplify the ethos of his alma mater of whatever you do, do it well. Living up to the institution's mission of creating well-rounded individuals who not only excel academically, but also dominate on the field, on the stage, or, as in Kevin's case, in the pool, is the reason he is tonight's recipient. Kevin has in the last 12 years competed locally, regionally, and internationally, winning numerous medals, certificates, and acclaims at the Carifta Games, Caribbean Island Swimming Championships, CSIC, the Central American and Caribbean Amateur Swimming Confederation, CCCAN, meets, the Pan American Olympic Festival, and other invitational events. In addition to these achievements, Kevin was also the captain of the Swimmers Aquatics Club, is a prefect and later senior prefect at Wolmer's Boys School, and did well in his secondary examinations. Since enrolling at the University of the West Indies, Mona, Kevin has continued in the same spirit. Last year, he represented the university at the combined campuses, the UWI Games held in Barbados, where he won multiple medals and gave an outstanding performance at the 2016 Issa and Maybury secondary and tertiary school swim meets. In addition, Kevin was the proud recipient of the certificate for outstanding performance for contribution to co-curricular activities in swimming at the Student Awards ceremony held earlier this year. Studying for exams, training for events, and socializing with friends, he has successfully completed the first year of his Bachelor of Basic Medical Sciences, BB MedSci, anatomy program, resulting in the renewal of his sports scholarship from the university and his personal sponsorship from Highlight, the local sports drink company. Kevin has shown his commitment to achieving excellence in all he puts his mind to. He is truly deserving of tonight's award. Without further ado, I present to you Mr. Kevin Campbell.
on. So we're going on to the next set of awards. I like that music in the background. Yes, yes. Okay, we're going on now to the Dean's List. And let me tell you a little bit about that. So for you to make the Dean's List, these students who are registered in the Faculty of Medical, these are students who are registered in the Faculty of Medical Sciences undergrad programs, and they have to be in good academic standing, okay? So these are persons that may be named to the Dean's List. And this is the following criteria. They have to meet this criteria. Firstly, full course load. So no exemption from core courses, okay? The only one they can be exempted from are the foundation courses. They have to have no incomplete grades. The degree GPA of 3.6 and above. And for the MBBS DDS students, degree GPA of 3.7 and above. Of course, no failing grades, and also no disciplinary actions taken or pending. You know, I didn't know we have that at this level as well. Okay, so all of the students that we're about to hear or to see being awarded have fulfilled all this criteria. So I'm going to invite our dean up, and we'll call the names out based on the program. We have 7 programs in our faculty for undergraduates, and students from 6 of those programs are receiving awards at this time. The first program, the recipients are in the BB MedSci program. And we are going to give for each of them, all right. First person, Kyle Glegg. And he's followed by, coming up next is Stefan Kangu. Following Stefan is Raheem Lanyard. Next up we have Samora Michelle. The petite lady next is Shavana Muir. And she's followed by Dominique Simpson. And the final person on the BB MedSci list is Akeem Thompson. Our next set of recipients, they are following the program. That's the BSc Diagnostic Imaging. First up is Crystal Bailey, followed by Danielle Blenman, yes. The next recipient, I don't think she's here, is Zanae Brissett, and followed by Chantal Campbell. After Miss Campbell, we have Jody Chin. Next up, Emily Clayton. Shannon Creed. Next up is Donna Vieira Douglas. Next is Kadeen Edwards. Not here. And then we have Nailin Emmanuel. give it up. Come on. The night is young. Next up, we have Sanya Gooden. Not here. And then Davia Irving. Not here either. Rochelle James. Tamisha James. Tamisha. Next up is Alyssa Neighbor. And then we have Mr. Jamal Stewart. Followed by Jamil. Are you twins? Ah, yes, twins. Wonderful. Then we have Kyosan Stewart. Mr. Theodore Turnbull. And we have Nazaria Williams. Not here, Nikisha Williams. And our final recipient for the BSc Diagnostic Imaging, Fuchsia Wilson. Next program area is the BSc in Nursing. Our first, okay, nurses. Okay, our first recipient is Melanie Allison. She's followed by Desmond Campbell. Great to have the male nurses. That's your baby? Next we have, okay, let me take a breath. Evangeline Christian. Then we have Mikhail Francis. Followed by Kenny Screw. And next up we have Kamisha Gardner. Not here. Followed by Daniil Gale. Daniil is followed by Dion Henry. And then we have, I hope I pronounce it correctly, Tonya Ann Hollingsworth. And then we have Jalicia Hutchinson, no. Decodia Miller, no. Joy Odesanya. Cassandra Russell. This is Cassandra. Cassandra Russell. Next up is Moya Sherwood. That's your baby too, eh? And then we have Sadine Simpson. Then we have Althea Smart. And the last student under the BSc Nursing program, Sukanya Wright. see all the hands of parents that are here. Oh, no, I understand. Okay. Come on, awardees, clap those parents. Can hear the pride in the parents' voice as you see your child going up. All right. We have one recipient from the BSc Physical Therapy program, and that's Kareem Miller. And also, one recipient from the DDS program, that is Larissa Wilshire. I'm sorry, I'm looking at two lists at the same time. There is Rachel Ann Barras. Okay, two persons from the DDS program. That's great. Okay. Now we're moving on to the MBBS program. That's the one for the undergraduate medical students. And we have our first recipient is Sean Allen. Next we have Akeem Bennett. Akeem is followed by Lauren Berry. Then we have Demetrius Carey. Next up is Mike and Channer. Followed by Khadija Estik. Ramoy Folks is next. Ramoy Folks. And then we have Rhea Francis. Then we have Athena Gentles. She's followed by Errol Gordon. Following by Suzanne Graham. And then Malik Graham. Next up, Vanessa Green. It's time for Elisa Hamilton. Now we have Denisha Higgs. She's followed by Donahue Johnson. An interesting name, Collins Lawal. Collins Lawal. Joelle Lawrence. Joelle, a lady. Joelle Lawrence. Then we have Christopher Lynch. Then we have Zondre Mohan Singh. Young lady Danielle Morris. Next is Samantha Pario. Let's welcome Matthew Preston. He's followed by Tafari Reed. Next up is Shamara Roden. Next up is Deon Sims. Followed by Romaine Smith. Varna Thomas is next. Here comes Shanice Thompson. And two young men will wrap up the MBBS set. This is Georgino White. And here we have Joshua Wright. Okay. Thank you, Dean. So let's just give an applause to all those who made the Dean's list. It's a big deal. You know the song, It's a Big Deal? It's a big deal. It's not easy to make that list. Okay? Right now, we're going to have a musical selection from this young man that is to my right. And his name is, listen to this distinctive name, Mr. Homer Morgan III. So let's give him a big round of applause. He featured heavily in the class is Smoker. I happen to know he's from the class of 2020. All right? Okay, your turn. which song was that? What a wonderful world. Lovely. Let's give it up for Omar again. Wonderful playing. Looks like you really enjoy the music more than medicine, you know. No? Okay, so we're moving on now to the Honors Society. The Honors Society. And for the students to enter this society or be a member of the society, criteria for annual membership. So they would have had to make the dean's list. So that means you're going to see persons that came up before. But on top of that, they have to have been ranked first or second in their year group, okay? So these are the big ones, okay? So I'm going to invite Professor McDonald to come up. He'll be presenting to those that have made the Honors Society. And from BB Med Sci, our first honoree is Raheem Lanyard. Come on, this is a bigger deal. Followed by Samora Mitchell. Samora Mitchell. Members of the Honor Society from the BSc Diagnostic Imaging. First up, Jody Chin. She's followed by Jamil Stewart. This young lady is beside herself. She's just shaking her hand. She couldn't believe it. Kyosan Stewart. You can smile, Kyosan. And the next recipient is Fuchsia Wilson. Okay, now coming from the BSc Nursing program, we have Melanie Allison. Next honoree, Mikhail Francis. Followed by Kamisha Gardner. Is Kamisha here? Is this Kamisha coming across? No? Then we have Dion Henry. Then we have Decodiac Miller. Is Miller not here? Followed by Cassandra Russell. Okay, the next recipient is from the, or honoree I should say, is from the BSc Physical Therapy program. Let's give it up for Kareem Miller. From the DDS program, the dentistry program, we have Larissa Wiltshire. And she's followed by Rachel Ann Barras. Is she here? All right, let's keep the clap, the applause going. This is Rachel Ann Barras. Okay, we now have the honorees from the MBBS program. First up, Mike and Chana. Followed by Suzanne Graham. Followed by Collins Lowell. The lady Shamara Roden. And then we have Joshua Wright. Thank you very much, Professor MacDonald. And the final set of awards, this is for outstanding graduates. Our campus registrar unfortunately could not make this evening's reception, and so we're going to have our deputy principal come up and give that award, Professor Ishenkumba Kawa. Did I get it right, sir? Almost. Professor Kawa. All right, and who are these graduates? What is it that they need to have, which criteria they had to fill? This award is given to the 2 graduates from each program. So these are persons that have already passed through the system, they've graduated. So these are 2 graduates from each program who have attained the highest degree GPAs in their class. So I'm assuming we're talking about the class of 2017. Yes. So and you'll be having your graduation in a few weeks. I recognize some faces. The degree GPAs for the top graduates must be based on at least 75% of the GPA credits, which normally contribute to the degree GPA. So the first person up from BB Medsci is going to be Cheyenne Prendergast. And she's followed by Brian Sinclair. I need a hearty applause. I mean, these are the people that top their class. They top their class. Next from the BSc Diagnostic Imaging Program, Ashley Ann McLaughlin. And the second top graduate from the BSc Diagnostic Imaging, Jadern Williams. Is that individual here? No. We're moving on to BSc Nursing Program. Top graduate, number 1, Hillary Samuels. Not here. Followed by number 2, Shanice Thompson. The DDS program, number 1, Marlene Innes. Remember we saw her earlier? She gave the invocation. Marlene, top graduate in BSc in the DDS program. Followed by Alexia Munoz. For the BSc Physical Therapy program, number 1, Jared Harris. And he's followed by Bakita Johnston. Not here? Okay, we just can applaud. And 2 graduates from the MBBS program. I'm getting goose pimples because I remember teaching them. Miss Dr. Timothy Henry. And he's followed by Dr. Maria McCook. much, Professor Kawa. So we're almost there. We are almost at the end of the program now. And we're going to close off by having the vote of thanks. And the vote of thanks will be given by BB MedSci student, Mr. Stefan Kangu. So let's give it up for Mr. Kangu.
Good night, everyone. To the Master of Ceremonies, Dr. Cunningham Myrie, Pro Vice Chancellor, Professor Archibald McDonald, my bad. The Dean of the Faculty of Medical Sciences, Dr. Tomlin Paul. To the Deputy Deans, the lecturers, the awardees, and invited guests, I say good night to you all. Firstly, I'd like to thank Dr. Helen and Professor Archibald for giving us such a warm greeting. What I took from their speeches, I took two main points. For Dr. Helen, I took the importance of consistency as a student. For Professor Archibald, I took that you have to still treat people with respect, even though, especially because you're in a professional degree and you have to carry yourself with professionalism. Secondly, I'd like to thank the Dean of Medical Sciences, Dr. Tomlin Paul. There was a couple of things I took from his speech. First of all, for success, you have to learn from your mistakes. You have to be driven. You have to be motivated. You have to be professional. But the most important thing, what came across to me, is the passion you spoke with. And that actually spoke a lot to me because it showed that you're really serious about your profession. And I'm thankful for that. So as for the Co-curricular award, I give thanks to Professor William McLaughlin and Dr. Paul Singh for giving out the award. Also thankful for the Master of Ceremonies, the people that helped set up for the event, the musical performances, Ms. Henry for doing the invocation, and Ms. Innes for doing the induction of the Dean. A special thanks for the University of the West Indies for providing us with this opportunity, giving us the tools, the facilities, the willingness of the lecturers to help us on our academic journey. Thank you for your time, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the evening.
You know, giving the vote of thanks is not an easy thing. And I think that Stefan Kangu did a great job. Let's give it up for Stefan. You're the only person that has to concentrate through the whole program. And you did well. You did really well. Okay, I have nothing further than to say. Have a great evening. Refreshments are served on the outside.